Welcome, Grand Hamlet. Third mission in the Orc campaign is by far an interesting one. It is the first real town v town map, as I've heard it put. And basically, you have to go and destroy everything in their base and the enemies. So, yeah, complete and utter annihilation is your goal.
A hard lesson in the ways of humility.
So most of this will be 300% speed, just to go through. You'll know when things slow down. But I felt like skipping or glossing over a lot of the boring parts, such as the exploration, if you will. Now, basically in this map, the two areas you need to worry about are directly to your right, that bridge there, and then to the south. And they'll occasionally send units at you, and you'll have to deal with them. And so on and so forth. So, unfortunately for us, we have a gold mine that is not the best location for us just because we have to send guys further south to guard it. And they'll keep sending raiding parties after us. Fortunately, though, we can kind of choke point it, much like the bridge. Luckily, the river cuts through most of this place, so you basically have two sides to watch out for. Unfortunately, there are some more annoying things coming up later that you won't be able to use this tactic all the time. And they'll send units after you, and basically once you have an economy going, you can actually start counterattacking. Till then, though, you're left defending for the most part. This does give you time, though, to kind of mess around to a degree with the new unit that you get. Caster unit, Necrolite. Unfortunately, if you're unlucky and your guy misses, they'll die even if they had more health. So, yeah. Gotta send the spearman to deal with them. Much like the human campaign, you get your first caster unit here, and while the humans have churches, the orcs have the temple, which lets you train necrolites. Which, fun Warcraft lore fact. For those that don't know, some of you probably do if you're watching this, the necrolites were between the first and the second war slain by Gul'dan, and then put in the dead bodies of Stormwind Knights, and those were the first Death Knights. So the necrolites basically have one important spell right now. They have a somewhat useful secondary spell later.
Your command, Master.
So much like their human counterpart, and actually any of the mage caster units, if you will, every attack they use some of their magic, and they also have their own spells. Now, the first spell you get with them is Raise Dead. You basically just raise a corpse as a skeleton with a timer on it, and it'll eventually run out. Now, these guys are basically weak. The skeletons, that is. The necrolites kind of are too, but they give you an excellent fodder or distraction against enemy attackers, because if you can get them to attack a unit that would disappear anyway, all the benefit for you as someone that actually can't heal.
What? Stop poking me! Hey! Stop poking me! What? Stop poking me!
Now, I chose not to upgrade my spearmen this time around, because I tried that once before in this mission, and it didn't end well because I did it too soon, and it cost me a lot. Obviously, if you're wasting gold to upgrade, you're not using it to make units, and as you can see, I don't have much. So instead, I'm going to send my units to where they start gathering theirs. And lo and behold, they get healed. So, yeah. This is going to be annoying. So, like their human counterpart and like any of the castings in this game, whenever a Necrolite attacks, it uses up some of its magic. So basically, when it runs out of magic, it won't attack. Now, this is mildly problematic if you're hoping to use some of its magic to actually raise dead, which you do have to train on the first mission. There you have it. Basically, it does what it sounds, makes a bunch of skeletons that you can send to harass with. But they're actually quite useful because, hey, it's someone that's actually not going to stay around anyway as long as they're not attacking one of your actual units you put gold into. It's fine. So if you feel confident enough, you can basically just start sending guys into their territory to try to prep. I say prep for a specific reason. There's another gold mine over here, and it's guarded by fun guys. A couple of knights, well, footmen. And they'll basically mercilessly beat you down because the major problem is they're getting killed. In fact, one sucks against the humans if you don't take out their healers. So, rebuild time. So, like most RTSs, you basically have to build a second barracks or whatever makes your units. At least for now. The strategy actually changes later. But right now, it's time to go and take out some clergy. Yeah, awkward for me to say that. And as you can see, the clergy took me. That's because they punch up like mad and are a pain to get rid of. Later missions, you pretty much have to figure out where they're going to normally send them or be sent by the AI. So that way you can kinda stop them from doing that. Pretty much the same thing if you're humans versus or in the campaign versus the orcs, because the necrolites and whatnot are going to get Alright, round 2, go. So the big thing is basically to make sure that you control all bridges regardless of what map it is. Or at least the important ones, like this one where they just keep sending units to die. Which means that they're just wasting precious time and resources that they could be spending to probably make a giant army and send it to you from your southern side. Secondary fun use of necrolites, raising the dead so that way you can actually use them as scouts. Because hey, freebies. And it's the best you're gonna deal with right now until you get fun warlocks. Now, I still can't for the life of me figure out exactly why that worked, but they usually have a bunch of archers and footmen guarding their base. But if you very stealthily sneak next to the trees there and take out their peasants, they'll send a few guys at you, but not their whole defending army. And I don't know if this is an AI fail, or if it was intentionally made this way. Either way, this game is hard enough at times as it is, so I'll take every point of cheap free damage I can get. Well, I say free, but I'm literally losing all my army. Like I said, that's probably about as far as the safe range goes, although they may just not have enough units to properly send at me anymore, because they'll not really move the guys guarding their southern entrance. Well, western entrance, I guess, might be a better way to put it. So, yeah, at this point I can just go to town. Against the town. Yeah, that hurt for me to think. I kind of wish how I could make buildings on fire that are clearly made of stone using nothing but spears, but hey, I will take RTS logic any day. At least it blatantly tells me that I'm getting close. So yeah, take out their barracks, should be fine. Just keep an eye on their peasants. Standard rule. You'll never know if they'll start trying to rebuild. Something I forgot to point out about necrotics that someone may have noticed in this video is that they will spend as much mana as they have access to at that moment, based on the number of corpses nearby, clearly seen skeletons. Well, those. As long as the skeletons are still on screen, and that's why the skeletons actually start disappearing over time, is basically tells you that it can't do it anymore. It will press as many as possible within that area. With that, we are done with this mission.
Gaze upon the destruction you have wrought and the broken bodies
Next
of
up
your
is the
enemies.
Dead Mines. We are going to enter our first dungeon. Kind of. But we actually have a goal, so close enough.